Всем привет, дорогие друзья! Мы продолжаем проходить с вами Metal Gear Solid 1, который вышел в 98 году. И мы спускаемся в ангар, где находится Metal Gear. Боевой робот-машина-убийца. Терминатор. Здрасте. Как так? Поднял немного тревогу. Ничего страшного. Блин, знаете, когда вышел фильм «Терминатор», все думали, что Терминатор — это просто имя робота. Все такие: вау, его зовут Терминатор. Какое прекрасное имя для молодого робота-убийцы. Оказывается, Терминатор — это как бы игра слов. Если переводить дословно, Терминатор — это киборг-убийца, можно сказать. Это не имя, это как бы его призвание. Блин, тут такое место, тут, короче, надо аккуратно пробираться по заводу, чтобы нас не скинули вниз. Тут ездит штуковина, которая может нас задеть и просто скинуть, задеть. Под нами бегают мыши. Сейчас эта штуковина должна проехать в мою сторону, на меня. Вот. И мы технично просто пролазим. Я вижу внизу лечилка, но нам вроде не нужна. У нас 5 рационов. Тут чисто, никого не вижу. Никого нету. Я вот смотрю, тут вообще что-то охраны нету. Тут же завод. Тут же надо, чтобы тут было, чтобы были тут все солдаты стоять на охране Metal Gear. Заходи, кто хочешь, да? Да что ж такое? Палят меня. Какие они зрячие. Еще... Ах, ты откуда взялся? Молодой человек, хватит меня пинать. Да, когда тревога, они ничего не дают, к сожалению. Ну, бывает всякое. Ну, тут вроде ничего интересного нету. Смотрим на радар, ориентируемся. Положили нам припасы. Это все Ликвид нам оставил. Припасы, патроны, аптечки. Так, это я куда попал? Так, нам явно не сюда. И сейчас мы идем, продвигаемся к очередному боссу, которого зовут Вулкан Ворона. Это шаман, коренной житель Америки, которому пришлось стать на сторону России, чтобы воевать против оккупантов. Но до него, чтобы нам добраться, нам нужно пройти одну жесткую стычку. Если тут лежит у нас лечилка, да? Тут вроде что-то было у нас. Нету. Это, наверное, здесь. Ничего нету почему-то. Ладно, игра нам не особо охотно подкидывает лечилки, но нам они, в принципе, не нужны. И спускаемся на лифте, по лифту. Нападают на нас какие-то солдаты-ниндзя и атакуют нас. Поможет мне в этом справиться ФАМАС. Отличный автомат. Что-то жизни маловало. Блин, надо было бронежилет еще одеть. Они тоже в бронежилете, эти парни. Их, видите, не так просто застрелить. Я в них выпускаю патроны, но они продолжают вставать и биться со мной. Стычка очень похожа на ту, что была до этого в лифте. Только там враги у нас были невидимые, а здесь они уже, видимо, решили нам показаться. Технично просто забирают у нас наш рацион жизни кое-как, с горем пополам. И я еле-еле затащил этот момент. Фух. Жестко вообще что-то. И давайте сейчас позвоним, спросим, куда мы приехали. Где мы? Какая наша цель?
Looks like that elevator you were riding on won't go any further down. Switch to the other elevator.
Окей.
You'll find body armor. It will lower the damage you take from gunfire. It is designed to prevent bullets from penetrating, but you will still feel the impact from the bullets. Don't rely on it too much.
Прикольно.
Snake, that's the relay point between elevator 1 and elevator 2.
Why was it set up this way?
Well, for a long time it had been set up so that you could take one elevator all the way to the bottom. But I heard that they changed it because of something to do with the structural integrity of the rock. The number 2 elevator is next to you, right? Transfer to that one.
Окей.
In war, a split second can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Don't ever hesitate. The slower you react, the greater the chance that you'll be beaten.
Очень мудрые советы, спасибо, мастер. Откуда они все знают? Ой, я вижу эти турели. Аптечек вообще не осталось, одна аптечка. Лифт сожрал все аптечки. И раз тут турели и камеры, значит нам надо использовать М-гранату, которая запутывает электронику. Воу-воу-воу, да что ж такое-то? Да что хватит, прям в лицо стреляет. What the fuck вообще? Блин. What the fuck? Просто стреляли меня жестоко. Вот что тут мины? Надо одеть специальные очки. Нет, не эти. Тепловизор. Да, тут мины. И турели, и мины. Это... Кто так боится, что... О, рацион, это хорошо. Сколько у нас их? 2. У меня очень много мин. Я тоже могу такие мины ставить, и мне это очень сильно пригодится. В битве с боссом. И мы пересаживаемся на следующий лифт. Из-за скалы, в которой мы находимся, нельзя поставить, чтобы лифт сразу был до самого низа. Обо всем говорят, все комментируют. Так позвонишь, он раз что-нибудь расскажет. Мы слышим карканье ворон. А если позвонить в лифте, нам что-нибудь скажет?
Metal gear is straight down. Better move it. There's no time. The terrorists are ready to launch.
Negotiations are all finished,
The government can't cave into terrorist demands.
but they're threatening to launch a nuclear weapon.
They've made their final decision.
Why is the White House being so inflexible? Colonel, is there still something you're hiding from me?
Snake, please. Just concentrate on stopping them, okay? Metal gear is straight down.
As long as the strategy of nuclear deterrence continues, nuclear weapons may be reduced, but they will never be eliminated. If you think about it, nuclear reduction does not mean much without elimination as the ultimate goal. I used to work in the DIA. I figured the only way to achieve nuclear elimination was to work from the inside to convince them of the ineffectiveness of the deterrence theory.
Seems like you're pretty focused on that issue.
Victims of nuclear radiation are a sad thing to see, and I have seen a lot of it. I have seen more than enough of it. I was born and raised in Pripyat, Ukraine. I was 10 years old on that day, April 26, 1986.
You don't mean...
Yes, Chernobyl. That is the day that changed my life and thousands of other lives. I live just 3 kilometers north of there. 600,000 to 700,000 people were evacuated. Over 650,000 children suffered the effects of radiation poisoning. Between 1986 and 1993, 12,000 children died. My parents, and many others like them who helped in the cleanup, died a few years later from radiation sickness. We must rid this world of all nuclear weapons before they cause more misery, before they destroy the delicate environment that keeps us alive. I will not allow this pain and anxiety to pass on to yet another generation.
Да, согласен.
If you take that elevator down, you'll wind up in the warehouse. Metal Gear's underground maintenance base is just past there.
Crows.
What?
There are a lot of crows here.
There were crows around from before, but for some reason they started to really increase in number around the same time that Foxhound came to the base. It's really weird. I wonder what it could mean.
There are a lot of crows around here.
Those aren't crows. Those are northern ravens. The Inuit and other Native Americans worship northern ravens as creator deities. Some say that ravens have the power to predict death. The great poet Marlowe wrote about them in the 16th century. Thus, like the sad presaging raven that told the sick man's passport in her hollow beak, and in the shadow of the silent night doth shake contagion from her sable wings.
That's pretty gloomy, Master.
By the way,
What?
I've got something to tell you about Naomi Hunter.
What about her?
Is this conversation secure?
Don't worry, the monitor's off.
Okay.
What's up?
I was in the FBI too, you know.
I didn't know that. What's your point?
Dr. Hunter's story about her background, about her grandfather being an assistant secretary to Hoover in the FBI,
Yeah.
and then going undercover to investigate the mafia in New York.
Yeah, what about it?
It was all a big lie.
What did you say?
It was really bothering me. Why would she lie about it?
She lied.
She might be a spy.
Ridiculous.
Come on, even a high school student could see past it. The head of the FBI at that time, Edgar Hoover, he was a well-known racist. Didn't Naomi say that her father was Japanese?
Yeah.
Well, back then there wasn't a single Asian investigator. Also, in the 1950s, the undercover mafia sting operations hadn't even started yet. They first started in 1960, in Chicago, not New York.
But
You better check it out. The chief and the president mysteriously dying, and that ninja. Too many strange things are happening.
are you saying that Naomi might be behind it?
I don't know. Either that, or she's working with the terrorists.
Could it be?
If I find out anything, I'll call. In the meantime, be careful.
Блин, хочу отметить прикольную вещь, что этот диалог про Наоми должен был быть в другой ситуации. То То есть он сам нам отдельно звонит и об этом рассказывает. А здесь, так как я заранее сам ему позвонил, то он сказал в диалоге, такой, by the way, типа, кстати. То есть он сказал свой какой-то диалог, не относящийся вообще к этому. И такой потом, кстати, by the way, и начал сюжетный диалог. Этот переход мне очень понравился, ребята. Он нам рассказал про Наоми, давайте позвоним Кэмпбеллу и, может быть, что-нибудь тоже про это расскажет.
Colonel, where's Naomi?
I'm right here, Snake. What is it?
Oh, nothing. Forget it.
Strange.
Snake, by now those terrorists have finished their launch preparations. Stop wasting time. Snake, by now those terrorists have finished...
If we do not drastically reduce the number of stockpiled nuclear weapons, it is going to become easier and easier for terrorists to get their hands on them. That means more terrorist attacks like this one. There was some talk about both sides reducing their nuclear stockpiles to a core deterrent force of less than 500 missiles each, and declaring that there would be no nuclear counterstrike in the event of the use of conventional or chemical weapons. But talks fell through. It seems that America is unwilling to relinquish its position as the most powerful country in the world.
Вот жопа.
If you take that elevator down, you'll wind up in the warehouse. Metal Gear's underground maintenance base is just past there. There were Ravens around from before, but for some reason they started to really increase in number around the same time that Foxhound came to the base. It's really weird. I wonder what it could mean.
I want to ask you about Naomi.
I'm looking into the details now, but it doesn't look good. Weren't you ever suspicious about her, Snake? Snake, keep your guard up.
А еще что-нибудь скажешь?
Legends say that crows have 3 times the lifespan of a man, and that ravens have 3 times the lifespan of a crow. That's just an old wives' tale. But it's true that crows live longer than many types of birds. Northern ravens can live pretty close to 70 years.
Ого. Фига.
Legends say that crows have 3...
В 3 раза длиннее, чем у человека.
Mei Ling, how's Naomi?
She's fine, I guess. What's up?
Oh,
What do you want, Snake? If you want to talk to Naomi, why don't you call her?
oh, it's nothing. Forget about it.
Strange guy.
Странно то, что у нас изначально в игре нету кодека, чтобы звонить напрямую Наоми. Блин, прикольно, столько диалогов, сидишь, болтаешь, такой слушаешь. Обожаю вот такие вот игры, где ты вникаешь в сюжет, в повествование. И здесь, правда, очень теперь много ворон. Смотрите, как много ворон. И насколько я знаю, этих ворон можно подстрелить. И... То есть, вот, давайте возьмем ФАМАС, постреляем по воронам. Вроде, мало кто об этом знает, но давайте мы постреляем. Я, кажется, ни в одну не попал. Кроличка, ты куда? Убежала от меня. Волосатая жадница. Так, я приехал. Окей. Да, сейчас будет... Ворона здесь неспроста. Почему я не могу в него попасть? Ни в одну. Блин. А как в них можно попасть? Может, со снайперки? Нет, вряд ли. Ладно, пошли дальше. Сейчас будет битва окончательная. О, ништяк. У нас сколько аптечек уже? 2. Ладно. Посмотрим, что еще здесь. Может быть, мы спрятали. Может быть, Кодзима нам положил еще паёк. Но нет. И смотрим сценку.
Welcome, Cossack. This is the end of the road for you. Right, my friends? Listen, they agree. How dare you kill my friends? Ravens aren't scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle. The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
Am I hallucinating? I can't move.
The Raven has put the mark of death upon you. Blood from the east flows within your veins. Ah, your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
I don't have any crows in my family tree.
You jest, but indeed ravens and snakes are not the best of friends. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary. You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics.
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck duck eating contest.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the ear pull. It is an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
The form is different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we'll see if there is iron in your words.
И начинается битва с вулкан Вороной. Давайте позвоним, спросим вообще, что нам делать.
Vulcan Raven is half Native Alaskan American and half Inuit. He was raised as a shaman, and they say he has supernatural powers. During the Cold War, he trained in Russia with the Bimbov, the Soviet Special Forces. In 1993, he was demoted by President Yeltsin following his coup d'etat, so he fled the country and became a mercenary. After that, he joined those rent-a-war bastards at Outer Heaven, Inc. He stayed there until he joined us at Foxhound, next to a strong recommendation from Revolver Ocelot.
That cannon he's holding is a 20mm Vulcan gun. You usually see them mounted on fighter planes. You can't take him on in a firefight. He'll make mincemeat of you.
He's not just strong, Snake. He's a graduate emeritus from Alaska University, so he's a quick thinker, too.
In any case, you'd better not try to attack him from the front. Normal weapons are no match for his 20mm Vulcan. Try to attack him from the sides or behind.
Окей.
When the containers get destroyed, they'll block your way. Try to take him out before that happens. You're at a disadvantage in a frontal assault. Try attacking him with a remote-controlled missile. Maneuver in between the containers to get it to come up behind him. But if you fire the missiles too slow, they'll get shot down even if they approach him from behind. Try to get them close by flying them at top speed or by maneuvering them around corners.
Хочу звонить, пока не повторится.
You could also try to predict where he's gonna move and set up some C4. If your timing is good, it might work.
Вот это я, скорее всего, использую. Есть много вариантов, как с ним воевать. в лоб нельзя, но самое лучшее это ставить мины ему, и он будет просто на них подрываться.
You're at a disadvantage in a frontal assault. Try attacking him with a remote-controlled missile. Maneuver it between the containers to get it to come up behind him. But if you fire the missiles too slow, they'll get shot down even if they approach him from behind. Try to get them close by flying them at top speed or by maneuvering them around corners. You're at a disadvantage in a frontal assault. Try attacking him with a remote...
Да, все начинает повторяться. Но есть много всего. И у нас есть Стингер, у нас есть Никита, у нас есть 4, у нас есть Клеймор. То есть много вариантов, как с ним воевать. Он, в общем-то, один из самых легких боссов.
M61A1 20mm multi-turreted machine gun. They are usually mounted on F-16s. With its 6 rotating turrets, it can fire 4,000 20mm rounds per minute. And it is accurate too. If you come at him from the front, he'll turn you into dust. Stay out of his way. You have to hide and attack. Try a remote-controlled missile or your C4 explosives. Stay out of his...
Окей. Так он.
That room is still under construction because their main priority was to finish Metal Gear's underground base. But the good thing is, with all those containers, it should be easy to hide, right? That room is still under construction.
That place is right in the middle of the permafrost. Just like the name says, it never melts. I've heard over 85% of Alaska is permafrost. It's extremely cold there, Snake. If you don't hurry, your sea rations will freeze. One way to prevent your sea rations from freezing is to hold them close to your body by equipping them.
Что? Я не понял, какие пайки? Он о чем?
A native Alaskan American, huh? Probably Athapascan. They're originally from the same tribe as the Apaches and Navajos of New Mexico. Anthropologically, they're related to the Japanese. There are even linguistic similarities between Athapascan languages and ancient Japanese. You and he probably share many of the same ancestors.
Master, I don't remember telling you that I was part Japanese.
Чего?
The four-man carry is a race where you have to run with 4 grown men hanging from a long stick that you carry on your back. Apparently, Raven does it with 6 men. The four-man carry is a...
Да, прикольно. Ну и Мэйлину, может, что расскажешь?
Are you hurt, Snake?
Нет, нормально.
Do it for me, Snake.
Ну и глубокая глотка, как всегда, занята. Да. И начинаем битву с вулкан Вороной. Нам понадобится в этом рецепте Клеймор. Он нас уже палит вовсю. Засранец. Нам нельзя попадаться ему на глаза. Расставляем мины. Нам надо взять минодетектор, чтобы видеть мины на радаре. Устанавливаем и ждем, пока он наступит на них. Это самый лучший способ войны с ним. Он их не видит, и он ходит везде подряд со своей огромной дубиной. Он просто взял у самолета F-16 миниган и ходит с ним, стреляет в своих врагов. Посмотрите, какая дубина просто у него в руках. Вот, подорвался, немножко отняли ему здоровье. Второй раз. Погоди, погоди. Вау. А ты не так прост, да? Вулкан Ворона. Стараемся его как-то провоцировать на себя. И вот эти вот ящики, по которым он стреляет, он может их абсолютно уничтожить. И тогда он нас будет еще лучше видеть. Поэтому чем быстрее мы его завалим, тем будет лучше. Вот с ним битва прикольная. Напоминает битву с Фьюри из Metal Gear Solid 3. Когда нужно вот так вот прятаться, и в нужный момент он скинул контейнер прямо на мою мину, кстати. Блин, он уже почти все порушил. А, он их рушит, и я не могу пройти, смотрите. То есть он меня пытается загнать в тупик. Но сейчас он пусть бегает, и рано или поздно он подорвется на моей мине. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй. Валим, 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 скорее, скорее, скорее. Такой злодей вообще. Методично, потихонечку отнимаем ему здоровье. Он меня зажал. Блин, у меня больше нет пауков. Что брать? Да иди в задницу. Блин. Он меня, кажется, загасит. Ему один раз осталось наткнуться на мою мину. Один раз. Я по радару просто смотрю, где он бегает. Все, я обложился минами, короче. Давай, чувак. Со всех сторон у меня мины. Есть.
Just as the boss said, it is my existence which is no longer needed in this world. But my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake! I will be watching you. Understand? Snake, take this security card. It will open that door.
Why?
You are a snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss. You are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man who you saw die before your eyes.
What is it?
That was not the Dogwood Chief. It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood. So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself. But he wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death. go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself. Snake, in the natural world, there's no such thing as boundless slaughter. There's always an end to it. But you are different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. Each step you take is paved with the corpses of your enemies. Their souls will haunt you forever. You shall have no peace. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
Snake, it's me.
Master.
It's about Naomi. Turn your monitor off.
What about Naomi? Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah. Go on, Master.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
And?
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to sabotage this operation.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
Different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest.
What?
She's betrayed us. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or something? Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand. Snake, give me some time.
I don't have any time left for you.
Вообще инструктор там навел смуту такую. Давайте позвоним еще кому-нибудь.
Snake, if it's about Naomi, I'm looking into the matter right now. Give me a little more time.
Where is she?
She's still sleeping.
I can't believe it. First, the DARPA chief turns out to be an imposter, and now Naomi. What the hell is going on here? I suppose you're going to tell me you don't know anything, right?
I'm sorry, Snake.
A madman is threatening the world with a nuclear weapon. I guess that's what I should worry about now.
Это точно.
That is a mine detector.
Mine detector, ладно.
I don't know anything about Dr. Naomi. There's not much I can say. But Snake, I think you better leave that to Colonel Kemp. Don't you think you better just get to the control room?
Snake, I'm sure that woman calling herself Naomi is some type of spy. And now I'm starting to think that Campbell might be hiding something too. Don't trust him.
Навел такую смуту вообще.
Sometimes, even though you know it's a losing battle, you just have to fight or be damned. A narrow chance is still a chance.
Красиво сказано.
Naomi wasn't acting strangely or anything?
No, I just can't believe that Naomi's an enemy spy. I refuse to accept that.
I don't want to believe it either, but
Don't say it, Snake.
Пока не надо. Тут, где была схватка, может быть, есть рационы. У нас сколько их осталось? А у нас их вообще нету. Сейчас пробегусь, посмотрю. Тут есть стингер, ракеты. Конечно, без рационов мы не останемся. Блин. Если присесть, будет, смотрите, будет ракурс меняться. Прикольно. Типа Снейк такой рассматривает. Куда же делся вулкан Ворона? Интересно, мокрое место одно осталось. Он сказал, что его дух теперь будет вечно преследовать Снейка. Но в самом начале, когда перед битвой он заставил Снейка не двигаться, то есть он мог в это время его уже расстрелять. Но весь Metal Gear, он, видимо, так построен, что боссы хотят быть убитыми руками Змея. И поэтому он шел на этот бой на смерть определенно, чтобы нам отдать ключ-карту, чтобы выполнить свою роль, свою миссию в этой жизни. Нам дали один паёк. Хорошо. Я вижу здесь много на радаре тоже турелей. Возьмем 9 штук у нас есть и побежим. Тут очень много турелей. Надо просто максимально быстро это все дело нам пробежать. Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй. Чё у нас здесь? И продвигаемся дальше. Мы сейчас идем прямо в ангар Metal Gear. Мы сейчас его увидим воочию. Вот он находится прямо здесь. Огромная махина убийства. Давайте позвоним, скажем, что мы дошли до Metal Gear. Вот он сам ангар.
Snake, stop that launch. Head for the control room in the underground base. Give Dr. Emmerich a call. There's no time.
That stuff that is flowing in those ditches on the first floor must be radioactive nuclear wastewater. You better stay away from it. You are already exposed enough just by being in that area. Any further exposure could be fatal. That place does not have a nuclear processing facility. It must be some other kind of nuclear material that is leaking, besides the dismantled nuclear warheads. Probably spent nuclear fuel or something.
Да, тут жидкость, которая нас может отравить, плавает. Вытекает.
It looks like they finished getting Metal Gear ready.
how do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files. Don't you need a password?
Of course, but There are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
That's where the emergency PAL code override system is. The control room is on the 3rd floor of the base you're in. You see that ladder next to Metal Gear? You can climb up there.
Snake, isn't the detonation code input system in the control room? Hurry up and get in there.
Он абсолютно знает, где я нахожусь. Обалдеть.
The control room is on the 3rd floor of the underground base, isn't it?
Да. Вот мы можем от первого лица посмотреть. Вот он стоит Metal Gear. Мы смотрим прям из-под низу на эту великую, огромную махину. Вот жидкость, про которую говорила Наташа. Она нас убивает. Если в нее типа встать, она будет нас... Я чуть не сдох. Я случайно. Нам надо подняться наверх по Metal Gear. И там есть компьютеры, в которых нам надо ввести пароль, типа, и отменить запуск ракеты. Ядерной ракеты. Мы здесь для того, чтобы предотвратить ядерную войну, которую хотят начать террористы отряда Foxhound. Вот мы бегаем возле Metal Gear, вот его ноги. Пухи всякие стоят на нем между ног. Тут кабина, вот она закрывается, типа. Тут же и кабина, и все. Такой массивный танк, такой шагоход. Такие массивные ноги.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
Залезаем выше. Где мы окажемся? Ага, продолжаем подниматься. Была просто загрузка. Мы уже на крыше, можно сказать. Вон видно, как кто-то ходит, смотрите. Это кабина управления Metal Gear. И там ходят 2 человека. Один ходит, а другой стоит. Видите? Видите? Давайте подойдем поближе. Вон они, смотрите, ходят. И вон тоже ходит солдат какой-то. Давайте позвоним.
The control room is on the 3rd.
Да, да.
Snake, I did it.
You got past security?
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
Yeah, we learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Ocelot took it from me.
Damn. The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Блин, капец, так интересно. Давай еще раз позвоним, сохранимся.
The control room is on the third.
Да.
There is no doubt about it. After the Cold War ended, the chance of a full-scale, worldwide nuclear conflagration was diminished. But on the other hand, the chances of local tactical use of nuclear weapons greatly increased. Civil wars, revolutions, regional disputes. It seems like there is a new war popping up somewhere every day. And many of them are the result of centuries-old hatred between different ethnic or religious groups. These people do not think rationally or logically. In such conflicts, there is no concern for the high civilian casualty rate, and international criticism means little. A nuclear deterrent is meaningless because emotions run so hot. Furthermore, unlike strategic nuclear missiles, the decision to use tactical nuclear missiles is in some cases left up to battlefield commanders. It is pretty scary. As long as nuclear weapons continue to proliferate, the chances that someone is going to use them will also continue to grow.
А вы бы замутили с такой девушкой, как Наташа? Вам вообще нравится, как она разговаривает? Ну, типа, ее темы. Встречаешься с девушкой, она такая: а ты знаешь, что ядерное соглашение было подписано в таком-то вот году? Ты такой: да. Да, я тебя, блин, в упор вижу. Что бы это ни значило. Сохранимся, давайте, и продолжим в следующей части.
What is it, Snake?
В прошлой части я сохранился и забыл вам послушать великую цитату Мэйлин. Давайте в этот раз не упустим этот шанс.
Don't forget to save your memories of me too.
Can't save memories even on that system of yours. Memories are fragile things. After you reduce them to binary numbers and send them through the air, they're not memories anymore.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. There's nothing my system can't do.
Memories aren't just sounds and pictures. They exist somewhere between the sounds, between the picture.
I don't get it. Anything can be done digitally.
If that's true, why don't you go ahead and try to say what I'm thinking right now?
I can't say that type of thing. You have to put it into words at least.
That's right. And that's what memories are. Wordless.
I don't know about that.
No matter how far data technology advances, you'll never be able to penetrate the human heart.
You're wrong. It's just a matter of time.
But first you have to try to understand human emotions, Mei Ling.
And how do I do that?
You have to allow yourself to fall in love with someone.
Вау, крутой диалог. А вы как думаете, можно ли оцифровать сердце и наши истинные мысли и помыслы, а не то, что мы хотим выразить? Когда мы говорим что-то словами, мы уже все равно это как-то перефразируем много раз через горло, через мысли. А вот истинные наши мысли и помыслы, которые чисты, которые еще не прошли фильтр наших голосовых связок, Ладно, давайте начнем следующую часть.